And live. Welcome to Super Saturday. You've joined Counseling Services in College. Please make sure that you have your microphone on mute and your camera is off. If you have questions, please use the chat feature. Questions will be addressed at the end of the presentation. I would now like to introduce our presenter, Jamie Stroud. She is a counselor at Tarrant County College and has enjoyed her work at the college since 2010. She has a BA in education from the University of Dallas and an MS and PhD in family therapy from Texas Woman's University. She enjoys traveling and spending time with her family. Dr. Stroud, take it away.
All right. Can you see the PowerPoint?
Yes, ma'am.
Yay. All right. Let me get started. So I think Michael has just introduced me, so I'm going to skip that. One of the things that I enjoy, really the thing I enjoy most about my job is spending the time with the students. It's a wonderfully diverse population at TCC, and I enjoy every bit of it. Just a moment for y'all to review the mission of Tarrant County College. And our goal is to help our students achieve their educational, career, and life goals, just one step at a time. So the counseling services we provide at Tarrant County College include licensed professional counselors on staff, appointments and walk-ins. So if a student were to walk into the counseling center on any campus and ask to see a counselor, there would be one there to speak with them. All the services are confidential. We're set up to offer short-term counseling. We don't have a clinical counseling center. And short-term counseling means 6 to 8 sessions typically. If a student feels like they need more than we can offer, we always help refer them to someone in the district that can continue with their services. We offer support groups. One of my favorite is in the Intercultural Student Engagement Center. They offer women's groups and men's groups, from topics from depression to how to navigate college. They do a wonderful job. They do a lot of work in groups on weekends with Habitat Humanity and other volunteer services. So it's also great for an academic resume. And we have lots of campus and community resources. We have Catholic Charities on our campus. We have career services, transfer services, with coordinators for each of those. We have lots of educational outreach events such as this. We're also doing one soon for domestic violence, suicide awareness. So there's always something going on in the counseling center. We have 4 full-time counselors. One of those is a veterans counselor. So if you or your children are veterans and planning on using benefits, we can help connect you with Dr. Bill Alexander. We also have some on-call counselors, mostly that work evenings, so that we make sure that our students have access during the day and evening to our counselors. We also offer mental health first aid. It's a wonderful program. Our assistant director brought it with her when she transferred here from a college in Alaska, and it's a certification in mental health. It's an interactive 8-hour certification that teaches you how to help someone who's developing or experiencing mental health problems. Red flags and how to be aware and what to do if you notice someone that is struggling and challenging. It's a wonderful course if you are a student who's thinking about a major in social work or perhaps psychology. So within our student development services department, we have, of course, advising and counseling. We have student accessibility resources. So if you had a 504 or some sort of accommodation in high school, you would visit our Student Accessibility Resource Center, and they could help you from there. Our testing center, if you need to take the Texas Success Initiative for college readiness. We have career services. that help you with career guidance and exploration. They also can help find jobs and lots of job posting in the Career Center. The Transfer Center is for those that have been at TCC a little bit longer than freshmen, of course. They're getting ready to transfer to a regional or state or out-of-state university, and they just need some extra help. And so the Transfer Center stays very busy helping our students plan that next part of their journey. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, our Veterans Resource Center is an absolute gem on all of our campuses for our veterans. They provide help every day with anything from benefits to counseling. And so how does this all come together? You know, we're here, especially in advising and counseling, to make sure that we help students with academic planning their journey, finding out where they want to transfer, what they want to do, to make sure we're taking the correct prereqs for their planned major. We're here to address any personal or academic concerns, especially in the pandemic. We're having different types of challenges and struggles, and we try to be present and there for our students no matter where they are. Advisors and counselors are also trained in career guidance, and so we can help with career exploration and career guidance and enjoy doing it, and help you understand your classes. If you need, after you're advised, if you need help with registration or perhaps choosing the right teacher for you with your learning style, we can do that for you. And of course, the campus resources that I mentioned earlier, from Veterans Center to Transfer Center, student accessibility support. So I'm going to download a flyer in a minute, and it's to My Plan. It's something called My Plan. It's a career exploration inventory tool that we use at Tarrant County College, so that we encourage all freshmen to take it. And so it you answer lots of questions about your interests and your passions and your personality, and it creates a I can't even think of the word. It creates something of, something just that's uniquely you, and compares it to other students and other people's interests and majors that they do well in. And so you can also explore salaries, how many jobs perhaps maybe that social work have to apply to in any state. And so it's a pretty interesting tool, and it kind of helps narrow the focus or perhaps widen the lens if you're not sure what you want to major in. You know, there are a lot of students that say, I want to major in history, or I want to major in music. But we help them go a little bit further, saying, well, what can you do with a history major? What can you do with a music major? Are you planning to teach? Are you planning to go to law school? And so there's some next step thinking that goes with choosing a major. One of the things we also help our students with is to try to discern where they are in their world. Do they want to earn a 2-year degree and go right into the workforce, or do they want to complete their Associate of Arts and transfer? Many of our students don't at this particular time want to go to a 4-year college. And so they want to find something that in 2 years can help them get into the workplace and live a stable life with a living wage. And some of our 2-year degrees that we have, for example, are nursing, the Fire Academy, criminal justice, which would be also the police academy. You can read on down aviation, maintenance, heating, horticulture. Somebody that majors in gets a 2-year degree in horticulture might end up as a manager, for instance. Emergency medical services for those of us who need to call 911 and have a paramedic or an EMS come out to our home to help a loved one. That's where they would be at. and real estate certification, automotive service technology, and so on and so forth. Each campus has their specialty. So for instance, at Northwest Campus, we have a horticulture and criminal justice, the fire academy, aviation. And so it just depends on what your interest is where you would go for advising for these particular programs. On top of counseling, we have 13 academic advisors and 2 full-time success coaches, 3 on call. For those of you graduating in the next couple of years, you're going to be seeing a success coach. Back in the day, we called them freshman coaches. And that's someone that's going to help you submit everything you need to enable you to register for classes. So in closing, I want to encourage you when you arrive at TCC and begin taking classes, what's not mentioned here is get to know your advisor, get to know your counselor, create a relationship with them. You never know when you're going to need perhaps a reference for a scholarship or something like that. It's important to take the time to get to know people who really are here to help you. Allow plenty of time to study. That's something that advisors and counselors are going to help you with. So if you're working 40 hours a week, maybe you don't take a full-time load, maybe you take part-time, and we'll work through that together. Stay organized and find a healthy balance, which is even more difficult these days than in past. But we're here to help you do that within a caring culture. Questions, and I'm going to probably see if Paula Manning or Michael can help me.
Okay, so what I'm thinking, I don't know if the chat function is fully functional right now.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do for our attendees, they can either use the hand raise feature, and I can unmute them, or I can just unmute them. We don't have many people here. If you have any questions, just go ahead and ask. So give me a second. I'm going to unmute our participants, and maybe if I can figure that out. I think actually though, okay, participants, you should be able to unmute yourself at this point. So if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them.
If you think of any questions after you leave, you're welcome to email me at any time. My email is listed on the first page of the PowerPoint.
Okay. Well, if that is all, thank you all for attending this session. If you can view it, I know the chat's kind of weird, but if you can view it, I have linked a brief session evaluation in the chat area. If you would link on that and fill it out, we would greatly appreciate you. And I believe our next session today starts at 10:30 a.m.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
Ms. Stroud, I'm going to go ahead and request control. I'm going to put up the meeting slide to let people know when we'll be back on.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great weekend.